I plan for you.
Put plan for me.
Okay.
They know the time has come. It's a shame that some people who are still living don't understand that, especially Igbo traders in Lagos. So say to go. Ladepo is the first phase of this very deadly salvo. They will destroy your businesses. After that, they will take over your houses. When I make work for them, I want you to be writing down what I'm saying. That is why barrister will say, go and bring your pen and your paper. So that when we are speaking, you'll be seeing it live and direct. They know the time has come. It's a shame that some people who are still living don't understand that, especially Igbo traders in Lagos. So say to go. Ladepo is the first phase of this very deadly salvo. They will destroy your businesses. After that, they will take over your houses. When I make work for them, I want you to be writing down what I'm saying. That is why barrister will say, go and bring your pen and your paper. So that when we are speaking, you'll be seeing it live and direct.
The prophet of our time, who can see tomorrow and be warning you today, you refuse to hear. Who have seen everything that is happening today? What else do you want to hear? That's why they kidnapped him, renditioned him. Battle Cry, good morning, welcome. Ada Biafra Betty, I can't see your face again, darling.
Thank you. Good evening for having me in the show. God bless you.
Bless you too.
Sorry, I'm coming.
Okay, good morning. So, Battle.
Again, I'm more fast here when it's here. The Russian able no look here now. Certain. A child will be hearing a voice of an adult, a wise man. He will choose to be saying Olo Olo. Live, live, live. You say Olo Olo Olo. Everything is coming to pass. Every prophecy, tell me the one that have not gone past. Our people, either they wake up now or they continue to grieve, continue to say Olo, continue to envy a man God have chosen. Those who vow that instead of someone to bring Biafra, let it not come. So they choose to be suffering, they choose to be give away their generation and generation unborn to the caliphates or maybe to the zoo government, contraction itself. It's a very pity thing that demolition is going on in Lagos. None of these people that are attacking Samuel ever have ever said anything. None of the people that are saying that rendition Samuel ever have even talk or speak, or those that are saying Nigeria must be one. They never say anything. When it comes to humiliation of Igbo man, nobody will go mad. But when it comes to maybe to get freedom of yourself, everybody is just both Igbo and non-Igbo will be talking. And the worst part of it is that the voice of the people that are more louder are the voice of the Igbo people. Your own people. Chimaroke is there. Cowarding. Ojuzokaru, cowarding. Okorocha, cowarding. Chibuike Amechi, cowarding. Oh, that one went and built a railway for Niger and Katsina. All the northern states very well, but he didn't build anyone in his own region. Wike, that one is ginger with the blood. He has gone. He's not coming back again. Who again? Hope Uzodinma, that one is the worst. He said that is the first person I heard that Nigeria must make peace with Nigeria. Sorry, Igbos must make peace with Nigeria. Igbos must make peace with Nigeria after they lost 5 million people. They must make peace. The person that killed you, you say you want to go and make peace with him. Our people are mad. They are mad, honestly. When I think about it, sometimes, it pains me. It pains me very, very bad because the way we are going, if we allow these people to continue to remain our elite, in the next 4, in fact, the main freedom we are enjoying now is because of the exposition and the doctrine and the um, revolution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have come to open our eyes. Because on a daily basis, it opens our eyes. Those that don't believe him will repent. I remember our leader used to be one Nigeria. He let us know that there's no road to one Nigeria. He withdrew and started his own agitation going on. And before you know it, while he was doing this, before Ekweremadu was attacked in Germany, our prime minister is also a one Nigeria. He condemned the attack but later changed. Said no, this man Nnamdi Kanu is saying something that is worth to be listened, it's worth to be practiced. He tabled everything, and the spirit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu possessed him, become the spirit of freedom, like that prophet said. And he took it up by himself, decided that he must invoke the spirit of 50 people in him, told our leader to go and look for another 50 people. Because as you can see, it doesn't matter any money you flash in his face, he will not listen to you. Flash him any amount of money, the prime minister will not listen to you, because he know the danger, he know the calamity ahead of the generation and generation unborn. That's why he said that he doesn't have friend in this freedom fighting now. Doesn't have friend. So whether anybody is bringing money or trying to negotiate with him, he cannot listen. I remember when Aloy Ejimakor tried to lure him to woman snatcher for Enugu government state. Aloy Ejimakor restricted him from talking to Peter Mbah, and want to use his mouth to be a mouthpiece of Peter Mbah to talk to Prime Minister. Prime Minister said no, he must talk to him. Who is him? He's a human being, a man like him. You must talk to him and ask him questions. Aloy Ejimakor refused, now came to Twitter and changed the whole scenario that Prime Minister is asking him his own share. You see how our people can dig their own grave. He looked at everybody in this agitation that will collect bribe. You didn't see is Samuel Lekpa. Why didn't he record what Samuel Lekpa told him? He just came out to just paraphrase it on Twitter that Samuel Lekpa want to collect his chair, that he want to ask him to give to tell Peter Mbah to give his chair if he will just stay away from the agitation. All bababash. Even the screenshot he put on the Twitter, fake. There's no way someone was even chatting him and asking for his own share. This is how gullible our people can be. It's very, very, very pathetic. Honestly, I don't understand what they are still looking in this zoo. The zoo that killed 5 million people, women and children, plus other gallant men, and the zoo that refused to bring in international embassy, the zoo that refused to bring in international seaport, the zoo that refused to bring in international airport. If you want to travel to abroad, you have to travel from Biafra land to western region, connect to abroad, maybe China, to go and import about 60 feet container. When you bring it to Lagos, you and the indigene called Alaye will be hustling. They will tax you, tell you how much you will pay. intimidate you, bully you. You pay it. By the time you take it to your shop again, they will come and ask for another tax. You know, they will continue to rubbish you. Then the little money you will make, you use it to build a house. You know, the same people will sell a land to you. Few years later, they will bring a bulldozer and bring it down, say that it's illegal construction or it's blocking road or whatever. When he was sold, was the local government council didn't approve it. The people that are in charge of real estate or construction building plan in Lagos, are they not aware? When the house was building, did they not get permission from the local government or the state government to build a house in that particular place? Was it not approved? After it was approved, why the house was ongoing? Why not the intervention of the government to say, look, there is a mistake, you can't build this house here until they finish? Just build a fantastic house, a modern house to a standard, classic, 5-star building residential house. Build it with very expensive interior. All we can get is bulldozing it and bringing it down. Tell me one northern building that has been brought down in Lagos or in Abuja. Let's talk of this in shopping mall. None of them. All shopping mall built by Igbo people are being envied and being brought down. You know, and you are telling me one Nigeria, whatever they do to you, you cannot talk, you cannot speak, nothing. You just keep quiet. Ekwere Madu, was he not the one who had up to 41 plots? 41 plots being seized by EFCC. Look at a man, there is no good hospital in his own local government in Enugu. These people are mad. They are mad. This kind of thing cannot exist in Biafra. Cannot exist. I heard a new elected Holland leader saying that Quran will be banned in their country. Of course, you know, how can zoo be recognized by their colonial master as Islamic State? They want to use Janjaweedism to suppress the indigenous of Nigeria. In fact, the reason why Nigeria was created is to suppress Igbo people, because it's only Igbo people are being oppressed in that country. They are being oppressed by far, by anything, both building vandalism and economic wealth and economic sabotage. It's Igbo people that are suffering it. When it comes to politics, they are being oppressed, they are being denied, they are being restricted from every post. What else will I say? It's annoying. The people you expect to talk, they cannot talk. Thank you very much. I don't want to talk again. This is annoying.
Vam, vam, vam. I see our sister. Can't see very well. So, Pastor Vam, 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 is this photo or you?
It's photo. I am in a very noisy place. I greet you. I greet all the comrades in the house. I greet my Minister of Information. I greet you, Battle Cry. I greet you, Ada Biafra. God bless you. Betty Ada Biafra, I greet you. And who is this other person? Excuse me. I greet everybody. Umuchineke. I am in a very noisy place and I have oh, I'm Opara, Bikon. So let me just be a part of the listening gang tonight. Thank you very much. We move.
They were our information minister, please. You are the one to anchor this program. Go ahead now. My hands are off. You are the boss.
I never arrive on a photo day.
Ada Betty, are you in the house?
Yes, so
Go ahead. Let's hear you introduce yourself some minutes before. I know maybe you are busy at work.
oh. Okay, my people, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your location. You know, sorry. I greet everyone in the house, and I extend my greetings to my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Isiafulu Kwaboku, our leader. We can never forget him. May God guide him and protect him and release him for us. And our indomitable Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the man that is shaking a nation. God bless you all and bless all my people that have shown up this evening to interact with us. You see, I was listening to Battle Cry, and my spirit was telling him, my brother, stop lamenting. We are almost there. You know, I used to listen to our leader in those days, and our leader will say to us that, you know, for an elephant to be eaten, it has to be cut into pieces. And that is what they have done to us. Some people will be saying yes, some will be saying no. And this is what is bringing this division among us. I remembered when Okonjo Iweala was Minister for Finance during the time of Obasanjo and Atiku. And she suggested that they should dredge on the sea there so that ship can land there. Obasanjo refused. Rather, he went ahead and made it law that Apapa will be the only seaport. And I can assure anyone that that is the reason why our people decided to buy land and build houses instead of paying rent. I mean, it's not bad when you say that you are one and we are doing things in one mind, one spirit, when they say we are one Nigeria. But right now, we are 1001 Nigeria. Our people should relocate. Ndị Igbo tụrụ inu si n'ukwu igu eluro ka ife na-emebi n'ọfịa. Femega ife before, during the war and after, oge fanye ndị buy 20 pounds. All that same 20 pounds ka ndị buy iji wee lụcha ụlọ niile afalo na Lagos. They either sell the ones remaining and go back, or demolish it themselves. You know, because it's very painful to watch your fellow man destroy all your years of effort, render you homeless. Where do they expect all these people to go and stay? Because there's a voice leak, a voice, what do they call it? An audio leak. When this current vice president and one Mr. Kunle was chatting. So he said that they will make it, is echoing.
Massacrist, mute yourself. The echo is coming from your end, please. Okay. Ada, go on, please.
Yeah. So that audio message that leaked then, this Mr. Shetima was telling that Kunle that give it for 4 years, they will make Igbos in Lagos irrelevant. He even mentioned that if anything is costing 100,000 for other Nigerians, that Igbos will be made to pay 1 million, and that they will silence them in Southeast. He said all these things happening now. So it's a premeditated act. Our people should not cry so much, but you know, they should retrace their steps and go back home. I also was reading where one very, you know, in every group there must be a Judas. and there will be the good ones. One good Yoruba boy was saying to the governor of Lagos State that what you are doing to the Igbos is not good at all. That these people wanted to go. Nigeria said they should not go. They won the election. You people snatched it from them. Now you are demolishing their businesses and their houses. So he said, Igbo people, I have a warning for you people. Their next plan is to bring all of you together in your land and attack all of you together. So I wrote there in his comment section, I said to him that when we get to that bridge, we will cross it. So I left. But all these things are warning. It all comes with agitation for freedom, because freedom is not free. All I will advise my people is to remain strong. Be very, very strong. People fought during the war. They stood that grounds and succeeded, survived till the war ended in 1967-70. So this one is another challenge. Is another challenge, and we are facing them woto. Also, recently, you all heard the defense minister, or whatever his title is, crying in the House of Rep, lamenting how one man in the name of our prime minister is defeating the whole Nigeria. That one gave me a very, very good chill, because it has two edges to it. He is now telling those who are calling our prime minister that he is being bribed, he's working for Nigeria government. He's telling them that he doesn't work for Nigeria government, rather he is fighting them. And it is telling the whole world that Biafra and Nigeria is at war. Otherwise, what will combatant soldiers be doing in a state where there is no war? So Biafra nation and Nigeria, we are at war. I will plead with my people to remain strong. I thank you people for giving me this platform and audience. May God bless Biafrans. God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister. Thank you all.
Whoa. Information Minister, are you there?
Be like say the motor will carry me, don't leave me for road. We salute all your friends and Biafra Chicago. We thank you so much for holding the studio, for all of us to join before time. I salute you, Pastor Vam Vam Vam. I salute you, the Prince, Mazi Chooks, Betty, Biafra, Battle Cry, and you, Honorable O.B. Biafra from Chicago. I love the topic of this broadcast, which says Biafrans will end the marriage of one Nigeria by fire, by force. So I want to be contextual based on the topic. And I would love all of us to base our input on that topic because it's very, very interesting. You know, the forceful marriage, which they call amalgamation, of 1914 were never the agreement of every man and woman in the contraption. Everyone were not represented, like what you saw in the Finland Self-Referendum Convention, where every provinces and tribes and even the entire world were represented in the Self-Referendum Convention. When we voted for the Biafran Charter, we voted for the Biafran Treaty of Ambazonia, we voted for the inauguration and the unveiling and acceptance of the Biafran armed forces and the de facto government in the homeland. This is what democracy should have been, and that is how it is done, where the people will unanimously cast their vote and then accept something and go with it. And what we saw in 1914, far before that time, was a forceful integration against the will of the people. Remember that it is still part of this forceful integration that led to the About Women riot, which our women could not transport their goods and services from one part of Biafra land to another without huge taxes that were imposed on them. And it was too enormous. There you got to understand that our husbands and men and fathers had become warrant to the colonial masters. Starting from the chiefs, you had warrant chiefs, you had warrant pastors, you had warrant governors, you had warrant legal practitioners. Everything became warrant. So whatever the colonial masters say you do and stand and do, carry this gun and shoot your wife, carry this gun and shoot your children, you have to do it. Implement push taxations on your people, you have to do it because you have sold out your birthright to become a slave. I watched a video where Major General Emmanuel Obosi was giving analysis of what happened in 1966, January 15, where he was asked. He said, why didn't Ironsi and Azikiwe took part in the coup of January 66, 15? Obosi said, one, Azikiwe was a weakling. He was a coward. He was always running away from challenge, not able to face the test of time. When he was asked of Ironsi, he said Ironsi was not educated to some extent. And he was not someone that had the technical know-how of the real clue of what it meant, the interests of the indigenous people, and what the ideology of the coup was all about. So some people were afraid that if they become part and parcel of the coup, that they will be penalized. So some of them gave their blessings and then they washed off their hands and only said, oh, you have my blessings, the coup can go on. But they just went back to go and sit on the fence and be watching. Just like we have some cowarders today in the Biafran liberation who have been sitting on the fence telling you when will this your Biafra come? Oh, you've been doing sit at home since MNK. Oh, what has your sit at home been doing for you? And immediately you saw that Biafran Liberation Army was launched, the Self-Referendum Convention was conducted, the Treaty of Amazonia and Biafra was sealed, which was being engaged long before that time. And then you saw the inauguration of the de facto government in the homeland and every other thing coming out and the database system of the Biafran people. That is when they jumped out and they say, oh, hey, Simon, oh, Biafra is here. And where were you before? You were just wanting to say, this is your Biafra. Will it ever come? When will it ever come? A time came when you people said, oh, all the money that we have been doing fundraising, we don't see action. We need action. We need action. We need action. And then when we said, cool yourself down, we have a template. They said, no, what Nigeria killing people, no action, no action. We are eating the money. They say, oh, Simon Ekpa is eating the money. He has an account that is directed to himself. Azuka is eating the money. This person is eating the money. Hey, Umar are eating the money. This person is eating the money. They call names. So, hey! When they started seeing the action now, all of them started running inside their bedroom. Nobody can talk again. Yeah. Betty, I see your message. Nobody can talk again. Everybody go hide.
Thank
Then
you.
we started giving it to the zoo army, the police, the Air Force, the Navy, the civil defense, the secretariat, and everything that stands on the road to extort and destroy the livelihood of our people. Today, you see the cry of a baby from the law chambers of one Nigeria. So, Biafrans will end this forceful marriage of 1914, going back and connecting it to the topic that our minister in the House put there. Biafra, thank you for putting that topic. It's quite interesting because that is what our Prime Minister is coming to nail on today. Because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started speaking in 2012, he laid a very clear foundation. And when he started speaking, they said that he is a miscreant, that he is mad. But thank God today that we have more mad people in the system than him. You know, his madness is that when he speaks, you can use Ofo to calm him down. Now, the other mad people that God has raised for him are the people that even when you use Ofo and talk to them, the Ofo will not calm down their spirit. Instead, the incantation of Ofo will increase their madness. So we thank God for what God has done, and we thank God for how far we've gone. Since 2012 that Oyendu was here preaching to all of you, he started by letting you know that the Islamization has come to stay. And that what Usman Dan Fodio has started long before now is what they have come to finish. And that the conquest has heightened, and everyone should stand up to end this forceful marriage that started in 1914, which ended some years ago, and all of you turn blind eyes to it. Today, you are all crying while we are now smiling. People in the far north are crying. Middle belt are crying. Yoruba are crying. But when you listen to them, they will say the 1966 January coup was Igbo coup. Obosi was there a day before yesterday to tell you the names of the Northerners that were part of the coup. The Westerners of the Yoruba extractions that were part of the coup. The Middle Belters that were part of the coup. But they place it on the names of Igbo, Biafrans. Why? Because they thought that when they do so, they will use it to give a dog a bad name. You cannot change the narrative that God has already put on ground. The marriage of 1914 must come to an end because the marriage is not fruitful. The marriage is only consuming lives, prospects, future, dreams, and aspirations of every mankind. That is why the Biafran Republic government in exile have taken their stand to make sure we end the forceful marriage, which was against our will. MNK was preaching this Islamization all the way from 2012, coming down to when you people kidnap him. Because it was when it got to the peak that you guys had to kidnap him. And as you kidnap him, Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of today, came in, continued. And that Islamization and conquest agenda is staring all of you to the face. Who aided the Islamization? It was Britain. And it is the same Britain today that is still aiding it today. So the announcement that you got that the one Nigeria was officially announced as one of the Islamic states is a slap to the face of all of you that call yourselves Nigerians. That you claim to be in a secular state, yet you have Ijba police operating in one part of Nigeria. They now give you normal police to operate in the other part of Nigeria. And in the other part of Nigeria where the normal police is operating, it is the northerners, the northern criminals and the terrorists that are being sent to come down to your other side to be operating and to be killing you. Tell me, will your brother, as a southerner, be the IGP in your community and then knows that the wife, the child, the mother, the relation, the friends, the peer groups that they grew up together are in that community, and then he will go and open fire on them? No. He will remember that they used to sit down to drink and wine together. He will remember that they used to play Tales by Moonlight together. He will remember that they used to go to technical school, nursery school, primary school, secondary school together. He will remember that they went to college together. He will remember that they learned a trade together. He will remember that the Efion and Ekanem, that Chuks and Ajare, he will remember that Chinedu and Emeka, they were serving under one Oga in Aba. So when he now becomes the IGP of police, the commissioner of police, he will not have the guts to say, open fire on Emeka, who was my co-boy, where we were serving our Oga, whose name was Chidubem. Do you understand the point? So they have to go and bring one Musa from the far north, who is a Fulani man, to come and be your IGP, to come and be your commissioner of police, to come and be your DPO, who will now waste you without even remembering whether you are human beings or not. But go back to the far north, you have Ishba police. So the country was already seated on a time bomb. And the Islamization conquest had long been implemented. So when you see UK coming out once in a while to give you the sign languages, it's just to remind you that all of you are still blind on and foolish. That is why most of you are running out from one Nigeria, because the Islamization is everywhere. But there's one thing we need to make you to understand. You run away from Nigeria, the jihad does not stop in Nigeria. Have you seen what is happening in Dublin? Have you seen what is happening in Holland? Have you seen what is happening in Spain? Have you seen what is happening in America? Have you seen what is happening in UK? Now, top place that they call them. So, okay. So when you now come to reconsider small places, you will now understand that no place is safe. So if you think that when you run out of Nigeria, going to Europe, going to UK, going to America, going to Asia, going to Austria, that it is better, you're making a very big mistake. The network of the jihad is still spreading. That is why you need to tell Martin Amdekano, God bless you, because when he started preaching, he was telling UK, this jihad that you are aiding today will spread all over the world because you're giving them a safe haven. They will spread, and that your America and UK and Europe will become a safe haven for them. And why they want to come and sit in Nigeria is for them to make use of the oil and gas to be able to sponsor themselves in the far eastern and western areas. Here we are today, only one attack in Israel. You see all of them sprout out from everywhere. Just like Martin Amdekano was teaching us, that they have circulated them all over one Nigeria, and they are on agenda, waiting to get the signal. When they get the signal, they will strike. That all of them that are on the lorry, on trucks as drivers, those ones selling kuli, those ones selling onions, those ones selling rice, those ones doing megad in your houses, those ones selling suya, those ones doing cobbling your shoes and slippers and canvases when it gets bad. They are all there to prepare and wait for the conquest. Anytime that they give them the signal, they will carry it out. I leave it here. We see our minister, Mazi Chuks, in the house. Mazi Chuks, I beg, give them the survival mode. They will Mazi.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother and Minister of Information. I appreciate you and also appreciate other ministers on the house who are there. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. I appreciate everyone that is connected more especially people that are watching us from Biafra land. I appreciate every one of you. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to strengthen you, be with you, and give you that security that you deserve. On the topic that we are discussing, that Biafra, we are going to end the marriage. For me personally, I don't see any marriage from the first place. There was never a marriage. I never see any marriage there. What I'm seeing here is cohabiting. Because there was never a time we signed up for what is happening. We are just cohabiting with them, and now we want to walk away. And that is why we don't need any permission from anybody to walk away. There has never been any marriage anyway. I never see any marriage. If you trace from the amalgamation that we're talking about, remember, these same people told Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe to his face, we are not compatible and we can't be together. They told Azikiwe, but because of his own personal interest, he wants to answer the first president of the Zoological Republic. He continued to insist. Even Awolowo told him, let us go. Remember, these same people we are talking about, he said they are not ready for the independent. Why the people in the South, we are going for that independent? While Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and Awolowo, we are busy pursuing the independence. Some other Southerners pursuing it. Tafawa Balewa said, we are not ready. We are not ready. They didn't say it is a secret. That is one thing with these Fulanese. You see, that is one thing with them. They will tell you what they want to do in your face and they go ahead and pursue it. It's left for you to either take it or leave it. But most of the time, when they say a word, we'll take it for a joke. Don't take their word for joke. Tafawa Balewa told Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, we are not compatible. We can't be together. The British continue to use Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe to go and talk to them. That yes, we can manage it. Awolowo told him also, let's leave these people and go. They said they were not ready for independence. These people are born to serve. They are born to serve. They are not like us. Have you heard of any country where they say this is Fulani country? They don't have a base. These are vagabonds wandering from one place to the other. They don't have a base. They don't have a base. But Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, out of his own greed and foolishness, thinking that he was dealing with human being, insisted on carrying them along. Look at where the carrying along took us today. Look at where the carrying along have brought us. We didn't sign up for this. So it was never a marriage. There was never any marriage anywhere. What we are seeing is cohabiting, and we are no longer interested. For the fact you're no longer interested, we don't need permission from anybody to walk away. What we need is to put our ass together and move away. It's just like a marriage when a woman and a man is cohabiting and the man did not pay the bride price. Any day the woman will wake up and realize that this man has not paid my bride price, the woman will go home. You can't hold her. She will pack her bag and baggage and will go home. If she refuses to go, she will still remain there and be answering a wife that she is not. Until one day there will be a wake-up call. Once she gets that wake-up call, she will go. She doesn't need the permission of the man to go. All she needs to do is to pack her things, and when you see, she will tell you she's going. You didn't pay her bride price. We never had any marriage. We have never ever had any marriage before. Let them stop deceiving themselves. That is why sometimes when I hear these people talk about founding father, what did they found for you? What they found for you is death, enmity, hatred, failure. And yet you celebrate them, your founding father. What did they found? Even when they knew. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe made that mistake, as if that was not enough. Even during the Civil War, he still did the same thing. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe started with Ojukwu in Civil War. At a long run, he found out that Ojukwu was a small boy. After all, I fought for the independence. Why would Ojukwu be leading the war? And he turned 360 degrees and began to work against Biafra. the second time. And yet you call him a founding father. What did they find for you? Somebody like that. Did we ever send him to go and sign up anything for us? There was never a marriage. There was only cohabiting. And now that we have realized that it is time to go home, we don't need any permission from anybody. I thank Chukwu Okeke for our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who answered the call when he was supposed to answer. And I tell Biafran people, we are blessed. When it comes to leadership, we are blessed. The only problem we have is that some of us are not paying attention. We are blessed with leaders. When a time comes that we need a leader, Chukwu Okeke will always give us a leader. It's left for us to hold on to that leader and follow him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made himself available. He answered the call. He did the evangelism to the core. Every sleeping dog woke up. Everybody, no, there's nobody sleeping. Anybody that is sleeping today, allow that person. He's not part of us. He woke everybody up. And when they thought they have gotten him, they didn't know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is he's not just a leader, but a spiritual one at that. He has already prepared somebody. He anointed the prime minister you are seeing today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by his own self, anointed him. When he told you about the new dimension, how can somebody tell you about the new dimension and you're still going back to the old wine? Are you not sick? He himself, he wasn't in prison when he announced the new dimension. He wasn't sick. He was with his senses. Even while he was still broadcasting, he was still with us when he announced and told you that this man is coming with a new dimension. How can you be talking about the new dimension? How many of you will leave a new model car and go for old model car? But that is what we see today. Some people still prefer to go back to the old things when you have been told that the new has come. This is the new dawn. Follow him. And today, my greatest joy is that we have come to a stage where we no longer cry. We no longer beg. There was a time when it was time to protest. We protested and they laughed at us. They didn't pay attention. A time for petition, we wrote petition, they laughed at us. We brought evidence, picture evidence, video evidence, live evidence. They laughed at us. Look at where we are today. Finally, the man who is going to complete the assignment has appeared. And in this era, no matter whom you are, whatever suggestion you have in your own pocket, you can cry blood. We are moving ahead to Biafra. It does not matter what you think. We didn't sign up for this marriage in the first place, and we don't need your permission to walk away. That is one of the things that makes me love MASSACRE. So it doesn't care what you're talking about, whoever you are. As long as you are standing against Biafra, we will crush you and move ahead. It doesn't matter what you want to offer. It doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are, or how close you are to us. As long as you are standing against us and you are supporting that evil cohabitation, we will match you and go. From the onset, they told us we are not compatible. What are you waiting for? Even as we speak now, they are still doing it. Go to their conventional media. Everything you see in the conventional media is telling you that you are not part of us. In their appointments, they are telling you you are not part of them. In their policies, they show you you are not part of them. They take their money, they share it among themselves. Their posts, they share among themselves. Most importantly, what is happening in Lagos today is being sponsored from Abuja. Some of you forget that the owner of Lagos is the one that is your president today. The man that owns Lagos. So sometimes you begin to look at the thing, you think it's just Lagos State. The thing that's happening in Lagos State is directly from Abuja. The person that owns Lagos State as his own property, he's the one that is your president today. And he is telling you directly, pack your bag and get away from Nigeria. You are not part of them. And some of us are still forcing ourselves. It's only a madman that you will not know when you have overstayed your welcome. When you go to a place, you have to know when you overstay your welcome. As soon as you overstay your welcome, the best thing you can do to keep your respect is to carry your bag and go what? Go home. Even when you go to your in-law, there's a stage you stay with your in-law, you begin to get insult. The time is right for us to walk home. If you are still waiting for these people sitting here to preach to you and beg you, continue to wait. You haven't seen anything yet. Mazen Nandekano say it's going to start from taking over your shop. After your shop, they will take your land. After your land, some of you will not even come back with your own life. And you think it's a joke. The first one has happened. They faced your shop, they locked it up, they gave you bills and fine until you survived. They burned the ones they will burn. Now they are facing your house. After this, watch out for the next step. You think it's ending tomorrow? The earlier you begin to go. Some of them today are still, some of them are thinking they are still celebrating. They say, you know, it never reached my own side. They say, oh, it's not my own side, it's only this area. It's not my own side. Keep on deceiving yourself. The marriage has ended. There wasn't even any marriage. The cohabitation has ended. And we don't need permission to go home. If you love yourself, Chukwu Okike Abiama, he is so kind that he has given us somebody who will lead us home. Under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, that is the only hope we have. If you are not with the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, sorry, I'm sorry, we can't help you. If you care about yourself and you really want to survive, the time is now. Pick up a responsibility on how to make Biafra a reality, like today. If there is nothing you are doing, pick up one thing you are doing, you will do. Pick up, no matter how small, no matter how poor, how rich you are, no matter, don't tell me there's nothing you can do. There is something every one of us can do. Pick up a responsibility now. Don't wait till tomorrow. If you do so, this cohabitation will end. And at the end of the day, we will be whom we are supposed to be. Thank you so much, my minister. I submit.
Thank you. Thank you. Massachusetts, please mute. Okay. We recognize the presence of our Minister 247 and then Cyprian Okechukwu and our Minister Ifeanyi Nwora. And before we give the mic to them, in line with this forceful and fake marriage, let us go memory lane.
Right, I'm going to conduct a really interesting interview today with a gentleman I've met at the Nigerian High Commission, very interesting gentleman who's been connected with Nigeria for one way or another, probably over the last
well, since 1970. I went to Nigeria in 70.
Okay, if you please like to just give me a bit of insight that you gave me earlier on with regard to Nigeria and the whole politics and the issues that we're having today. It'd be really interesting to get an angle from you on what exactly happened.
Well, for me, the problem today, wow, it goes back to the Muslim conquest of the north with Usman Dan Fodio and the Fulani Hausa conquest of the north, and the north becomes Muslim. And when the British colonized the north in 1900, what do we, the British, do? We very cleverly rule with a few hundred district officers through the Muslim emirs. It was the best thing that ever happened to Islam in Nigeria. Because before then, if you were a Muslim, you went, say, to the Tiv area, what would happen? You'd be dead. Under the British, you could go as a Muslim trader and you could live and you could spread your message of Islam. So the British enabled Islam to spread in Nigeria, and the British stopped the spread of Christianity because Lugard kept missionaries out of the north. He only let missionaries go to the parts that were not under Muslim rule, like the Jos Plateau. So the Christian church in the Middle Belt thrived in areas that had never been conquered by the House of Fulani. Why are there huge areas of the north of Nigeria depopulated today? The answer is jihad. because those who weren't enslaved by the House of Fulani or conquered by the House of Fulani, they either died by the sword or they fled to the hills, like the plateau, like the Goza Hills in Bornu. And in those hills, when I was there in the 1970s, there were no Muslims, none whatsoever. The people followed African traditional religion and were becoming Christians. Because down on the plain, it was the Muslim Kanuri, and they're the ones that slave raided. So what's going on today in the Middle Belt? It's nothing to do with herdsmen and farmers. It's nothing to do with Muslim herdsmen, nomadic Fulani, and settled Christian farmers. No, and it's certainly nothing to do with climate change driving out the Fulani. This is quite simply jihad. This is just an extension of Usman Dan Fodio's jihad by other means. But nobody in England dare call it jihad because they're all shit scared of being called Islamophobic. Well, I'm not. I don't hate any Muslims, but I think Islam is of the devil and it has to rule, and it must rule Nigeria. Islam a religion of peace? Don't make me laugh. Where is Islam a religion of peace? Where Islam rules. Where it doesn't, that is the region of war. That is Islamic theology. That's what this is. So those who are for violent jihad, in my view, they have the historic pedigree in Islam. They're the Salafists. Now, Islam is a broad church. Islam encompasses all lots of people. Most Muslims are not terrorists. But the people around us today, here and in Nigeria, who are terrorists, by and large are Muslims, and a particular kind of Muslims. They are violent Wahhabi Salafists. When I say that, I won't have some idiot accusing me of Islamophobia. They should credit me with a little knowledge of Islam, its history and theology. This isn't about Muslims versus Christians. It's about Islam must rule, Islam must triumph. And that's the case in Nigeria, and it's the case here too. Except here they can be a bit quieter about it.
Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, really interesting. Please, can I just have your name? Can you just tell me your name for?
You give me yours, I'll give you mine.
Okay, we'll just end.
Message delivered in a very concise manner. So we have Cyprian Okechukwu. You go with the context of what you've listened and connect it to the forceful marriage the forceful and fake marriage which we have to end, and with the notion and explanation of what the British ambassador has given you, who served in Nigeria, and knowing what the OIC, Organization of Islamic Groups or Communities, have come up with today, and what you saw the British High Commissioner did in Britain, unanimously folding them all up together to tell you that Nigeria is Islamic State. So it's like he's reminding them of what they did long time ago, for them to remember that Nigeria is not a Christian state, that we already made it Islamic long time. So you're sitting on a time bomb. So you carry the mic, watching again. Mazi Cyprian, now your photo there or now your face? Be like saying now your photo. Okay, we give it to Mazi Ifeanyi. Mazi Ifeanyi, are you there? Light there. I mean, light don't go. Never don't take light. Mazi Ifeanyi, water. Never don't take light. Who they talk? Now Cyprian they talk.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Now,
I can hear you now. Go on.
Now, Cyprian, the talk.
Yeah, Cyprian, go on.
Greetings
Go on.
to everybody. I greet everybody. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, imagine
Okay.
you. Go on, go on. We can hear you.
Okay. Thanks to everybody. I appreciate the time given to me to be here. My honorable Prime Minister, I salute you.
Sonny, two people are talking. Two people are talking.
Cyprian, your device is bad. Go out and come back again. Massifying, are you there? Light there.
Okay, let me.
Massifying, never don't kick you come out, sir. Cyprian, you're struggling with your network. Go out and come back again, so that you can be able to have a clear network. Mazi 247, are you there? Now, photo did there. Okay, 247 did there. Okay, carry the mic some more. Aaron, small, or no be big, oh. Sorry. Take NSC, take NSC.
I go take now, make the pay.
I hope say your salary don't reach your hand.
No, it never reach my hand. Make you do quick. Now you I know. If you reach, I go buy anything.
I don't already communicate if he say don't dispatch the salary payroll. I don't know why your own never reach. My own don't reach.
Okay, if my own no reach, he go give me account too. Accountability go enter.
Okay, carry back watching again.
Thank you, my honorable minister, and thank you, every honorable minister in the house. I greet all of you with love. And the Biafrans, I love you all. I greet you all with love as well. I respect you, our prime minister, our leader, every Biafran out there, both those in cabinet, those outside the cabinet. I love you all. I greet you all. Well, I don't know. Say this marriage where you put here. When people say and they no go understand the kind of marriage where you be, you go to explain them to them. You go to explain them because they go think say na fun and the way they come marry our people will go marry Yoruba, that kind of thing. The marriage na Biafra where they forcefully go carry give some people say make them marry them. And Biafra say, we no one marry. They tell us, say, okay, wait, after 100 years, you feel go your way. 100 years don't pass. They say you must marry again. And now, it is clear and they open. It no be secret again. Now, if they pay me, say, I hear some people, they see some people, they go sit down for social media, for news, mainstream media. Their argument is, the Supreme Court in Kano is do this. And they ask me, these people blind. If you blind, your ear and go. They hear say you don't become Islamic nature. It no concern you. Now injustice where say na so they do. Say justice they exist for Nigeria and I be your own. I don't know what is wrong with our people. I don't know, honestly. Nigeria is now Islamic nation. Whoever will never understand, I dey sorry, that person will never ever understand again. That person will not understand. Nigeria now Islamic nation. That one concern on our people. They busy. They look for where they want to see build house for Lagos. Una people still they busy say give us Simon head in a manja or in a tray. Go to Finland, make sure you do everything possible. Bring Simon for us. And as they cause these people not to know that they are in Islamic land. They are not interested. All they are interested in is stop Biafra for us. Not even stop Islamization, not stop the persecution of our people. No stop the demolition. Na only we Biafran people, Igbo Biafran people, go buy water, turn am to solid ground, build house on top. I dey tell Max before, na for film I dey see James Bond dey live inside the water. I no know say my people dey build house on top of water. Still, somebody go break am then one day. Nigeria is no longer secular, or what do you call am, state. It's now the other one wey they call Islamic. When would they tell you say Nigeria is about to be funalized? Una no gree. Now it's Islamized fully. And they want pronounce and go United Kingdom, go pronounce am. Who know should know. Who never understand, make he understand. If you don't want to contribute towards this Biafra, I dey sorry, I don't know where you want contribute. I don't know. You want to go and contribute in a place you are not sure. I dey tell people all the time, and I go still dey tell people, the best place you can be, you can support, is towards your freedom. For Abuja today, I see news, Ned Nwoko Ed, in right man hand, they kidnap him with 19 or with 18 other people, total of 19. They don't kill 12 out of 19, now 7 remain. Ned Nwoko, they cry.
Mazuko,
Oh,
why they go kidnap in boys? They no kidnap him, gongo. Why they leave him go for the boys?
I don't know. I don't know whether na in house, but my own be say they kidnap 19 people, and they no kidnap them for office. They were not in the same house. They went to their house one by one the same day until they finish up. For Abuja, oh, not for village, not for inside village. For Abuja, the place where they run go say it dey safe. Have you seen that nowhere is safe? 19 people, 19 big men wey get bodyguard, though, no be me and you. Where the police dey, where the army dey. Have you seen it that in Islamic nation, nobody can save you? No salvation anywhere, except that salvation you built with your own hand. If not, nothing for you. Nothing. Anywhere, nothing. In Lagos again, they kidnap one man when they work with Lagos State governor office. You are not safe anywhere. The only place you go there safe na Biafra land. Adeboye say, if you don't pay your tithe, you will not go to heaven. That means you are going to hellfire. If you refuse to pay your tithe towards the liberation of Biafra, you are going to hellfire. The hellfire now, wetin dey happen to people go happen to you. Once this one, make I hold up for here now. My nose don't block, I beg.
Massive fine. Light don't come. Massive fine. Never don't come back. Like they never bring light for Massive fine inside. So Ada Biafra, carry mic and do something about the video you watched before. Let's see if PM is live.
Is it me?
Yes, so Ada Biafra Betty.
Yeah, you, I should go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, my minister.
Okay. My people, you know, as 247 mentioned, whether the marriage is the Fulani is marrying the Igbos, God will forbid that. On a simple note, it is just the amalgamation of 1914 that supposed to have ended in year 2014, which they haven't actually reckoned with. You know, they call it marriage. They failed to put in the toxic marriage. The marriage has become so toxic. And like my comrade, Chuk Survivor, said that there was no marriage in the first place, I would have suggested a divorce procedure. But since there was no marriage, which looks like true, it was a cohabitation, all it requires is for everyone that wants to live to go their separate way. You know, the Nigerian, a British ambassador in Nigeria so many years ago, the man spoke very, very well. And I believe he was clear enough for anyone to understand that right from time the agenda has been to Islamize the entire nation. It surprises me, you know, that such agenda could be prioritized by a whole nation at this dispensation. Because in 21st century, people are moving forward. You know, when you send missile or anything to Israel, they will detonate it in the air. That's technology. They are moving forward. But Nigeria remains a consuming nation, no production. Islamizing us shouldn't have been their priority. You know, a lot has happened. And if this continues to be the agenda, they are deepening the relationship. It's taking a nosedive, and it will definitely crash. Sometimes when I look at people like what's his name, Joey Bukwe, our people that supports one Nigeria, we want to remain in one Nigeria. Why are you people agitating? You know, it's to me like, are these people ready to now convert to become Muslims? Somebody like me, I'm old enough. I know what I want, the religion. And there is no how anybody can convince me now or convert me to what I don't want. I don't hate Muslims. I have a lot of Muslim friends, very responsible families. You know, some of my colleagues are Muslims, and I have worked with them for years in peace. Even in Saudi Arabia, they are the originators of this Islamic religion. If you go to Saudi Arabia now, or the capital, Dubai, you will see where things are happening. So sometimes it beats my imagination whether this is the real agenda or whether it is our nature, you know, that they cannot contain within themselves. It makes me become very proud sometimes to be an Igbo person, because if you are nobody, you know, people wouldn't be fighting you. They won't fight you. We are very unique people. I'm not saying it. That is the way God made us. We are not proud. It's our nature. Nobody can take it away from us. Nobody. So my people, we really have had enough of all this stress and pressure. They are antagonizing us. They have antagonized us. 1966 and 67, the war busted. We fought it till 1970 without any help coming from anywhere. Now they gave us, no matter how much you returned to the bank, they will give you 20 pounds. We succeeded with it. Now they have come with demolition, come with burning of houses in the southeast. We have to do nothing but remain strong and focused, knowing that Biafra is our only solution. Because when you are not compatible with people, or when you fall in parallel line with people, you can never ever meet. You can't meet. You know, I had my little broadcast this morning, and I was reiterating this fact that when people are busy chasing shadows instead of the object, you will end up catching nothing, because you can't reach the shadow. You can't catch anything if you leave the main object and you are pursuing the shadow. For those Biafrans who have given themselves up to be a saboteur or to sabotage what we are doing, what do they think that they are going to gain? When our Prime Minister was still doing his daily broadcast, there was a time, if you will all will agree with me, that he showed us what one governor of Central Bank, Mr. Malafia, was saying, their plan, how to decimate themselves, not us, this systematic way. And it is all happening. So if we don't remain one and remain strong, I wonder how we are going to come out of this. You know, ndị Igbo si na ogologo okwu adị mma n'ụka mgbede, because we have been stressing on this for too long. And for those of us who are, you know, remaining in one Nigeria, just tell your friends, the Fulanis, who have been ruling Nigeria for years now, to conduct referendum. They can be on their own, and let us go our separate ways. India and Pakistan and Bangladesh today, they used to be there fighting, but they decided to put a stop to everything and split. Bangladesh went their way, Pakistan, the same thing, and India is still there. I don't know what Nigeria is afraid of. If they Islamize the Southeast, what will they be doing there? Sometimes they will tell you, oh, we don't need their oil, let them drink their oil. So what's the hold about? Why are they holding us? So for our brothers who are deliberately sabotaging our focus in getting Biafra, remember, Biafra is not just anything anybody can rise up and challenge. It is an ideology. You can't kill it. You can't kill an ideology. You know? So those of our forefathers that left this legacy for us, wonderful man like Odumegwu Ojukwu, they will definitely not rest until Biafra comes. A lot of our brothers and sisters, you know, have gone into this, and at this stage, we cannot go back. We can't afford to go back or slow down. So my people, I think my minister is signaling me. I have to leave you people here. I'm still here, but God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Mazi Fine, are you there? You may say something before our PM starts. His broadcast. Mazi Fine, you're not there. Ada Biafra from Chicago. You have the mic, please.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, everyone here. Thank you, Biafrans, from anywhere you are watching us from. Please make sure you share this golden piece to every WhatsApp, everywhere you are. Remember, tomorrow is ESN fundraising. I must remind you to go and share the flyers anywhere you are. Any group, they must get it so they don't have any excuse for not buying granite for our boys. Concerning the video that we just watched now, the minister, the man, I don't know, he's a minister or what, I can't remember, but he was lamenting, and he knew that some people will come and attack him. You heard him saying it, that some people will call him anti-Islam, but he don't care, but he's telling you the bitter truth.
Of waging a campaign of ethnic cleansing against
Sorry, continue.
Okay. So we must do what we're supposed to do. You see the people, the supporters of Palestinians showing their faces, displaying their flags everywhere. They are not scared. So why are you scared of what belongs to you? Why are you shying away from defending your lives? Biafra lives matters to all of us. That's why you see us every day showing our faces. We have sacrificed everything. We don't care again because man died but only once. So join us to liberate our people. This liberation is for us to be away from these terrorists. It's for us to guide our lives and our territories. It's for us to be safe, for our unborn children coming tomorrow not to suffer the same humiliation, the same killings, the same thing they have done to us that made us to be scattered like Okpaka all over the world. You that is anywhere you are now, you are looking for a way to run away. If you run away and your father run away and me, everybody here run away, who will be in our land? And some people who are in safe haven enjoying the Europe, the freedom of America, the freedom of Asia, Europe, everywhere you are. You don't want to fight for your own freedom one day. Or somebody who got bazu. Remember, you are in somebody's land. Yes, you heard me. Yes, you. Remember, you are enjoying somebody's freedom. They fought one way or the other to gain the freedom you are enjoying today in Germany, in anywhere, in Canada. We want to bring it to our home. Let these people come and visit us. Let them come as a tourist, whatever they call themselves, because when we go to other countries, they won't call us a tourist. But when they came, they want us to call them, refer them as a tourist. We want them to tour to our land too. We want them to come and buy land the same way we are buying in America today. We are buying houses all over the world. We want them to visit. We want them to take our visa and come. We want to build our home. Biafra is our home. God bless you.
Thank you, Mazi Chooks. You may add something before our PM starts. Mazi Chooks Survival, you have the mic.
Thank you, my beloved brother and minister. Thank you so much. Fellow Biafrans that are watching far and wide, anywhere you are watching us from, I will urge you to pay attention to the time that we are in. We have spoken a lot on this very platform, and every word you are hearing are all truth. There's nothing we will tell you today that you have not had before. Our Supreme Leader Nnamdi did a lot when it comes to evangelism. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile is doing more than expected. And everybody you see on this very platform, we are doing greatly on our various platforms on daily basis, reminding you of things that you have forgotten. Your freedom is in your hand. If you are a Biafran and this time, at this point in time, you have not started feeling the breeze of Biafra, check yourself again. If you claim to be a Biafran, at this point in time, you have not started doing something for the actualization of Biafra, check yourself again. If you are living in the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast of the lower Benue, and your mother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, and up to this moment, you have not keyed in and begin to support the Biafra Republic of Exile under our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. Ask yourself a question and check yourself again if truly you are a Biafran. The battle we are fighting now started a long time ago. The stories we are telling you are things that are before you. They are there, but sometimes you don't pay attention. Everything we are telling you here has proof. That is why most of the time you see when we talk, the Prime Minister will play a video to confirm everything we are saying so that you will know that we are not just making it up. If you are truly a Biafra, the time is now. We don't have time anymore. And time for complaint have already expired. The time for complaint has completely expired. But my advice is that if you do not want to join to fight for Biafra, just as our Prime Minister have said, we are not against anybody that decides to fight for Biafra in his or her own way. Even as a pressure group under Nigeria, that you feel that that is the easiest way for you, go ahead. We're not stopping you. If you have any direction you will go to bring Biafra, go ahead. We're not stopping you. We are not after you, and we are not going to fight against you or talk about you or hinder you. No. But where you are going to hit the Greek wall is when you begin to stand on our way, even when you don't know where you are going. If you decide not to fight for Biafra, it is not by force. There's no law that says that every one of us must participate. It is not possible. If anybody tells you that he is deceiving him or herself, there's never a time every one of us will be there. But if you feel you don't have what it takes, just like my sister was saying, we have passed the stage where you hide under the computer and you'll be typing. We have crossed that stage. That is why everybody in the struggle today has an identity. You can identify them. You can call them. You can write them. They have an address. Gone are the days when you have ghosts. And that is where you begin to know the truth about the restoration of Biafra we're talking about. And this IPOB Nigeria. The IPOB Nigeria, you saw the man who came on the platform on conventional media and said that IPOB Nigeria, who the man they are using as their own spokesperson, is a ghost. He said he's a ghost. But to my own greatest surprise, I still see another video where he was still pushing that same ghost as a spokesperson. The Biafra we are fighting for is not a ghost country. We are fighting for a country that has existed 3 good years, recognized by the whole world. Fought for our freedom 3 good years. And by the way, officially we are not defeated. They said no victor, no vanquish. That was the agreement. And our father won them. General Effion won them. General Effion told, what is it, go on to his face. It is not about no victor, no vanquish. Even it is not about defeat. But if you do not correct these mistakes, our children will fight back. General Effion told him to his face, a brave man told them It is not about no victor, no vanquish, no problem. It is not about surrender, no problem. But if you do not make the correction and continue on that path, our children will fight back. And today, here are we. Here are we today. Those people that General Effiong talked about, they are here. They are the people you are seeing today in Biafra Republic Government in Exile. They are the people you are seeing today, standing with their face. Gone are the day. You see, even it is only this time after the kingdom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that our prime minister forced some of them to begin to show their face. Forced them initially from A to Z of the Department of Sabotua. We don't know anyone. All these members of the department, we don't know any single one of them. It was our prime minister that forced some of them to begin to, that not even for them, he had to dig deep and bring their pictures out. We have crossed that stage where you'll be hiding under the computer and you'll be typing, you'll be blabbing. If you are man enough, if you're a woman enough, and you know what you are doing, show your face. Let's get into it. Thank you so much, my minister.
Thank you, Martin. Let's give audience opinion.
No
volume. No volume over here. I don't know whether if it's me alone.
I am here this evening with sadness, and deep anger. However, I will try as much as possible to compose myself above all odds. I want to remind all of us that in this quest for our freedom, we are going to use everything available to us. We brave Biafrans fiercely stop the invaders from advancing the Islamization in Biafra land and all the Nigeria Islamic representatives within Biafra territory cried out. From their enablers, Ohanes and Igbo, to senators, to governors, and to the lowest person who are representing Islamic State within Biafra land. Now, the Nigeria service chiefs have joined the chorus of those crying. This particular issue has exposed the heinous truth of what has been going on within the Biafra territory. The Foreign Secretary, David Macron, or Cameron, or whatever he's called, he said he commits to working closely with Islamic on Israel-Gaza crisis. This was said at Lancaster, the House meeting in the United Kingdom. Now, fellow Biafrans, this is not just it. I want everyone to pay attention to what I will show on the screen. The message of this particular State of the Nation address today is to also enlighten the Christian community in Nigeria who has failed woefully. And we are going to have a very good measure how to deal with this particular failed and fake Christian community within Biafra territory. Going forward, I want everyone listening to me this evening to look at the screen. This is uk.gov.uk, the official website of the United Kingdom government. And this is a report, press release. It says, Foreign Secretary commit to working closely with Islamic State. I want everyone to pay attention to this Islamic State and ask yourself, what else is Boko Haram fighting for? Ask yourself, what else is Islamic State of West Africa, ISWAP, fighting for? Ask yourself, what else is the Fulani bandit and terrorists fighting for? They are all fighting for Islamic State. If they can be recognized as Islamic State, what then is the need for them to continue to carry arms in Nigeria? The reason is because they have not conquered the Biafra people. And today, this was being covered officially by the United Kingdom for decades. They have planned the Islamization for a very long time. And now you see Islamic State. And I want to ask you, what is ISIS? What is the full meaning of ISIS? The full meaning of ISIS is the Islamic State. And here they are saying that the Foreign Secretary commits to working closely with Islamic State on Israel-Gaza crisis at the Lancaster House meeting. I want you to now pay attention to those who made up this particular Islamic State. Now, the Foreign Secretary hosted foreign ministers from Arab and Islamic countries at Lancaster House, and they discussed about the crisis in Israel and Gaza. Discussion with the Arab Islamic Ministerial Committee focused on how to secure the release of all hostages, increase the amount of the aid into Gaza, and reach a long-term political solution to the crisis. Visit followed the agreement reached overnight between Israel and Hamas on coordinated hostage release and a pause in the fighting. Following the agreement reached between Israel and Hamas for coordinated hostage releases and 4-day pause in the fighting, the Foreign Secretary emphasized on the importance of allowing humanitarian organizations to bring in more fuel so they can carry out life-saving work unimpeded, including powering hospital, desalination plant, which supply 80% of Gaza's water. Foreign Secretary discussed with the leaders at the meeting how to reinvigorate diplomatic effort towards a viable two-state solution, which provides security for both Israel and Palestine, and restate the UK condemnation on the rise in settlers' violence in the West Bank. He went further to say he committed to continue UK support to prevent wider regional escalation, including in Lebanon and Yemen. Then he went further to say, today I have chaired a meeting of the leaders of Arab countries and other Islamic states on the situation in Israel and Gaza. The agreement reached last night is an important opportunity to get the hostages out. We discussed how to use the step forward to think about the future and how we can build a peaceful, which provides security for Israel, but also peace and stability for Palestinian people. I want everyone to now pay attention to those who have formed the Islamic State, the nation, the foreign ministers from Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, Palestine Authority, Turkey, Indonesia, and Nigeria, as well as the Secretary General of the League of Arab States and Ambassadors of Qatar attended the event. I want you to understand how this group was formed. The group was formed as a peace committee at the Joint Arab Islamic Extraordinary Committee, Extraordinary Summit, which means Nigeria was represented and participated at this particular extraordinary summit in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on the 11th of November. While all these things were going on, the Christians in Nigeria are foolishly shouting Jesus, shouting Lord, and people are systematically being killed, annihilated in quest to overrun the Biafra people. My fellow Biafran, when Nigeria was amalgamated, we need to ask the United Kingdom and David Macron or Cameron, whatever the name is. Were there an agreement that after a certain period of time, Nigeria will officially become an Islamic state? Were there a clause in the amalgamation agreement that in 2023 Nigeria will become Islamic state, and the Biafra people accepted it, and other indigenous nationalities in Nigeria accepted it? The answer is no. The same way the 1999 Constitution was brought and forced on indigenous people, including the Biafra people, is the same way that systematically forced everyone to accept Islamic state status in this particular 2023. And no Christian, no pastor, no GO, no OG, no men of God, no all this their nonsense, GUO or whatever, talking and condemning the United Kingdom for systematically supporting the Islamization of Biafra people and every other indigenous person in Nigeria. We understand they have used terrorism, they have used force against everyone. So nobody has the guts to speak up. But hey, those of you who are in position to speak up, why are you not speaking up? My fellow Biafrans, as a result of what is coming out from the United Kingdom and how Nigeria has manipulated its way because of the ignorance of those who have been overrun, who have been, conquered, and they can no longer talk, especially the money mongers within the Biafra land, the Biafra government in exile, and the Biafra de facto government, otherwise known as the Biafra government, particularly are deeply concerned with this particular development, with this systematic Islamization as being sponsored by the United Kingdom and Abuja. In different parts of Biafra land, Nigeria terrorist soldiers had looted and burned homes, tortured, raped, and murdered innocent civilians of Biafra people in quest to force them and create fear into them so that nobody could rise up and speak against what is going on. Everyone watched those videos on social media, including myself. Today, we have liberated many provinces, many states within the Biafra territory that the terrorist military can no longer just go freely and burn the way they used to burn. We have also succeeded in creating a very heavy awareness that it is no longer hidden. I want to inform you today, the barbarity of the attack in Imo State, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, in Anambra, in Obi-Igbo rivers, and every other part of Biafra land was palpable. The sight of mass graves from the time of 1999 to date across Biafra land, and the body littered in forests, like what was discovered in Abia State, in Lokpanta, in the forest. The body lined up on the ground. Those kind of things etched forever in our memory. And so are the people behind the horrific stories. They continue to live in our memory. The Nigeria terrorist army has committed more than genocide in our land, all in the name of forcing us to accept Islamic State. The young men with their hands tied behind their back, shot and killed by those who address themselves as security agents. We saw in Abia State where Biafrans were praying in a field. Over 150 was murdered in cold blood. We saw in Imo State those grandfathers who were shot in the neck while drinking palm wine in their residence in the morning, very early morning, in the old Imo State. Not even our women and children were spared. Just last week, they killed many in Ihala. We saw it. Everybody shared the video. I want to inform the world this evening and my fellow Biafrans that since 2021, it is very clear what happened in many parts of Biafra State was not just a random episode. Those executions in cold blood were part of the bigger plan to silence every Biafran for Islamization, as can be confirmed by the United Kingdom today. And Abuja, it is very cruel, cynical, calculated. The UK and Abuja want to eliminate and annihilate Biafrans and also eliminate our statehood, eliminate our freedom, and eliminate our culture and values. This will and must be resisted with everything in us. They want to eliminate our national identity. They want to eliminate our sense of being. They want to eliminate our history. And above all, they want to eliminate our hope in the future. These are war crimes. And nobody is talking about it. We are not even expecting anybody to talk about it. We are going to force them to talk about it in due time. But I want to make it very clear, as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of in exile this evening, that this amounts to war crimes. These are crimes against humanity. In Imo, in Aba, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, and Obibo massacre have been replicated in the Biafra land and across other ethnic nationalities in their land occupied by the Nigeria-sponsored Islamists and terrorists in uniform and other forces. It is time for everyone to wake up. Another target in Biafra land on the Islamization agenda in Biafra, they plan against our children and young men. The Biafra government has estimated over 45,000 have been killed. 10,000 are missing. 11,000 people, Biafra young men and women, are illegally held in custody, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who they kidnapped from Kenya, and over 3 million have been displaced from their homes by the United Kingdom-backed Islamization of Nigeria. Today, my fellow Biafra, we the Biafra people, through the Biafra Republic government in exile, announce to the world the firm resolve of Biafra that the unprovoked military aggression, the Nigeria terrorist military aggression by Islamic State-led Nigeria in Biafra land shall be ruthlessly resisted with all the means available to the people of Biafra. I've been able to show on the screen that Nigeria has been officially addressed as Islamic State by the United Kingdom, recognized by the Foreign Secretary David Macron or Cameron. And today we wish to inform international community of the determination by the Biafra people to resist most determinedly and to make futile all the violence by the Islamic State and the proxy Islamic Northern Army, the terrorist Nigeria Army. David Cameron announced of Nigeria as an Islamic State is an attempt to deprive our children their childhood and their roots. It must be resisted. This is yet another blatant attempt at erasing Biafrans and other indigenous nationality identity in Nigeria. It is undeniable and it is unforgivable. It is also punishable that everything is coming from the back door. They wrote a constitution that was never a constitution, and they say, we the people of Nigeria. Nobody voted for the constitution. No National Assembly agreed to the constitution, and it was said, we. And they forced it on you. Today they have come to say Nigeria is an Islamic state, and you have pastors who all they do is to scam the people of Biafra. We are going to impose a very heavy sanction on the church, especially those that are having services in Biafra territory, because you have failed to uphold your values as people of God. So the Biafra government is putting you on notice from today. We are coming for the church, for the Christian who will make you to stand on your toes going forward. Because you have failed the church, you have failed the Christendom, you have failed in every ramification that you are being addressed as an Islamic state, and you dare not to talk, and you expect the Biafra government to look or overlook you. When you are in a better position to educate your congregation of what is going on in Nigeria, you refuse. You can enjoy your whatever Islamic agenda in other parts of Nigeria, but going forward, we are coming with a very stringent measures against you in Biafra land. Biafra land will no longer be conducive for those who are hiding under Christian and supporting the Islamization and the killing going on in Biafra land, because your voice would go a very long way in bringing the awareness of our freedom, so that we are not accepting Islamic State. But that you have refused to do. All the big pastors, fathers, and whatever, Biafra government is taking charge very, very soon. Like I said, the first time in history, the United Kingdom is openly acknowledging that the fourth amalgamation was really false. Every attempt by the United Kingdom and Nigeria to force Biafra into Islamic State will be resisted, and the resistance is part of the ongoing self-defense that have gradually transited into an offensive resistance in Biafra land, as they are confessing today. It is going to even get worse. And we will continue to spearhead the effort to make sure that Nigeria and UK can be held accountable for the crime of aggression against Biafra people and against other indigenous nationalities in Nigeria who wish to bring their case forward. To that end, we will continue to defend Biafra land and Biafra people with arms, sophisticated arms, that will lead to the declaration of Biafra as an independent state. We can never ever accept the United Kingdom position by addressing Nigeria as an Islamic state. On the Amazonian and Biafra Helsinki Declaration, the state of Nigeria, despite the International Convention on Protection of Refugees and the Abuja Fire Court ruling, barring the Nigeria Islamic State from threatening Amazonians as part of Cameroon, Nigeria state officials continue to allow themselves to be induced by Cameroon, their counterparts, their accomplices, and France into committing international crime against harmless citizens of Amazonia, who clamor for their right amidst a backdrop of French neo-colonial pact, which makes Cameroon a French province. Nigeria continues to promote the abuse of its own court and refuse to implement the ruling of its own court in favor of the Amazonian citizens, the same way they are doing to Biafrans and Mazanambikans. The Biafra government in exile today wish to warn Nigeria and Cameroon on their nonsense boundary commission aimed at redrawing the map of Cameroon and Nigeria in order to illegally give Cameroon a maritime boundary with Nigeria. that particular attempt is null and void. And an international criminal exercise, for that matter, which is bound to fail, even though the United Nations is backing it, without paying attention to the ongoing conflict in those areas and in those regions. Because the United Nations is littered with Islamic agenda. The Fulanis from Nigeria have occupied many positions at the UN, and that's why we can never look up to them. Fellow Biafrans and Amazonians, for the pact and the bilateral agreement we have signed in Helsinki, the Helsinki Declaration, for now, I'll assure you, the only map Cameroon has at the AU and the United Nations is the map she got as per quasi-independence in 1960. And that particular map does not have Southern Cameroon, nor Bakassi in it. Nigeria and Nigerians, those who call themselves Nigerians, should ask what instrument or of domestic international law are they using to perpetuate this illegality. The Biafran Navy has been battling with Cameroon for weeks now in Bakassi, in our own territory, because of the illegality of Nigeria and Cameroon. We are very, very disappointed in those Christians in Biafra land, because all this is aimed and targeted at making sure that you don't resist the Islamization agenda that is being forced on you. Like I have said earlier, the Biafra government is considering sanctioning all the churches for deliberately supporting the Islamization of Nigeria, and they choose money over their value system. This is something that everybody must condemn. Their lackadaisical attitude and nonchalant attitude for not even condoning or responding to United Kingdom David Cameron, for acknowledging Nigeria as an Islamic state without any remorse. The Biafra government hereby wish to announce the following civil demonstration and civil disobedience in protest against Nigeria's involvement in the ongoing war in Israel as an Islamic state. It was boldly written on the gov.uk that Islamic State, and Nigeria is one of them officially. We are not part of the Islamic State. We can never support anything that goes against the interests of Israel. The Nigeria involvement is not in line with the Biafra people, and we are not part of it. You cannot be imposing your religion, your ideology on us, and then you go and start fighting Israel and supporting the against interests of Israel in the name of Nigeria, when we are still struggling to leave Nigeria and exit Nigeria. That is completely unacceptable. And this night we are making it very clear that Nigeria cannot speak for the Biafra people for forcefully trying to Islamize us. We are going to embark on a civil disobedience to make sure that those enablers within Biafra land, from the senators to the governors to the local government chairman to the House of Assembly to everybody, the state, the Nigeria state that represents Nigeria state in Biafra land, will feel the impact of the resistance of the Biafra people. Christmas is coming. December is coming. You cannot enjoy Christmas while you are living in an Islamic State country. And so, listen to the following announcement. Since the church and Christians in Biafra land have refused to speak up in one voice against the systematic conquest of our own people, listen to what is going to happen next month, December. For forcefully trying to Islamize us, the Biafra government is announcing a complete 4 days lockdown before the Christmas. And this is going to sound as a warning for what is to come. I want to encourage the entire Biafra people, especially the business people, to understand that these particular measures we are putting in place, it is not targeted at punishing you. No, but it is targeted at making sacrifice and speaking to the people and the power that be. It is also targeted at demonstrating that we are ready to sacrifice anything for our freedom. So from the 15th of December, Biafra land will be locked down on curfew. Not just sit at home. It is going to be curfew. This particular curfew is to demonstrate our displeasure, our anger that today we are being addressed as an Islamic state by the UK Foreign Secretary without our consent. You forced us into Nigeria and we are still fighting to go away, and the next thing is you addressing Nigeria as an Islamic state. Yet, nobody is talking. And I want everybody to understand that registering as a member of Islamic organization does not give you the status of an Islamic state. So we ask and demand clarification. Where did the United Kingdom got the impression that Nigeria has become an Islamic state? Because registering to become a member of Islamic organization does not automatically make you an Islamic state. So where did Islamic state status? When did Nigeria become an Islamic state? And how did that status come to be in the United Kingdom government documents and website? We demand clarification by embarking on this particular December period lockdown. I want everybody to understand that this is a freedom fighting. You are ready to give it all. We are going to shake Nigeria, shake those who represent them in Biafra land, both armed, both civil, diplomatically and politically. On the 15th of December, Biafra will lock down. On the 16th of December, Biafra will lock down. On the 17th of December, Biafra will lock down. On the 18th of December, Biafra will lock down. On the 19th of December, Biafra will lock down. That will be the last day of the lockdown. And when they ask you, why are you locking down Biafra land during Christmas time? Tell them, the United Kingdom has come to address Nigeria as an Islamic state. And you are Christians, you did not approve that. How come you are being recognized as a Nigerian and you are being recognized as an Islamic state? This is unacceptable, and this particular awareness, I encourage every other ethnic nationality in Nigeria who have come to understand what I'm talking about to join on this particular December lockdown. We are not going to force you because you are not part of us. But those in Biafra land, Biafra government will lock everywhere. I want to inform the world that the Biafra government is very active and in control of the entire Biafra territory. We have the Biafra de facto government. We have the Biafra government in exile. In the next few minutes, in this particular broadcast, I'm going to break a news of how far the Biafra de facto government has gone. Fellow Biafran, remember, this is not targeted at punishing any Biafran, but it is targeted at making sure that your voice and your anger and your grievances, whatever you have, is heard, followed by the action that the Biafra Liberation Army will embark on going forward against the invaders, against the killers of our people. We are doing this to register our anger. You can't be celebrating Christmas in an Islamic state. We need to first of all fight to exit and liberate ourselves from Islamic State, and then later on we are going to enjoy Christmas. Our children and our unborn generation will enjoy Christmas in Biafra land. This latest development requires a radical approach so that it will go down on record. We want to know when Nigeria becomes Islamic nation. Like I said, being a member or registering as a member of Islamic organization does not give you a Islamic state status. I want to use this opportunity to thank the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, cabinet members, ministers in the United States. I want to wish them happy Thanksgiving. My Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, my Minister of Finance, Oge Chukwunke, Foreign Affairs Minister, Jane Ikezi, the Urban Development Minister, Anene, and many of you who reside in the States. I may not mention all your names, but you know yourselves. If I did not mention your name, you are highly appreciated. I want to use this opportunity on a very special, first ever State of the Union address to wish you happy. On this note, I want to also use this opportunity to announce to the Biafra people a new committee for the Biafra head office in the United States. The following persons has been appointed to the board office committee. Minister Ogechukwu Nkere will be the chairman of the Baltimore office committee. Admin Josh Anunako, he is the current Maryland coordinator, is a committee member. Ebele William is going to be a committee member. Angela Dike is also going to be a committee member. These 4 men and women committee will be responsible to making sure that our office, our head office in Baltimore, is up and running. I want to also inform the Biafra people that the official name of Biafra is from this day the United States of Biafra, comprising of 40 states as it stands today. And I want to thank those who have come to give their voice to the de facto government and followed without anybody dragging them. I am going to call the state of Biafra for the Biafra people to see and hear. Before we have 32 states, and because we do not want to do the mistake of our past leaders, where you impose anything on anybody. Since we are practicing a confederation, it is very best way to allow people to solve their problem by themselves. And so the Biafra de facto government have started allowing the Biafra people to solve their problem by themselves. So today we have 40 states, from 32 to 40 states. And we are going to listen to the new state of Biafra. And it is the United States of Biafra officially. We have the Abia State, Aba State. Aba State capital is in Aba. We have the Abojogus Asian state, the capital is Ojiriba. We have the Alanso state, the capital is in Soka. We have the Anoma new state, capital is Asaba. We have the Asare Eba state, the capital is Akoko, Toro, Boni. We have the Bon Branem state, the capital is in Wabise. We have the Calabar state, the capital is in Calabar. We have the Delta state, the capital is in Ueli. We have the Boy state, the capital is in Abakaliki. We have Elda state, the capital is in Ekoli. We have Enugu state, the capital is in Enugu. We have Epi, Ogwan state, the capital is in Yenegua. We have the Indong state, the capital is in Uyo. We have the Iwuroha state, the capital is in Iguacha. We have the Obambara state, the capital is in Onitsha. We have the Ekom state, the capital is in Ogubura. We have the Ikumisa state, capital is in Umuahia. We have the Itai Anang state, capital is in Ikotepene. We have the Koko state, the capital is in Sapele. We have the Orumba state, the capital is in Moga. We have the Ogbo, which is now Aludo state. We have the capital is in Opubasi Nunu. We have the Ogoja state, the capital is in Obudu. We have the Ohabuenyi state, the capital is in Obolafo. We have the Ohaoku state, is in Ezambo. We have the Okigwe state, the capital is in Okigwe. We have the Ikemba state, the capital is in Oka. We have the Orasi Ahuda state, the capital is in Omoku. We have the Olu state, the capital is in Olu. We have the Owerri state, the capital is in Owerri. We have the Kwa state, the capital is in Eket. We have the Shabama South Atlantic state, the capital is in Oporom, Shabama. We have the Awa Ebube, and Ebube remain the capital. We have the Izom Ama, capital is in Izom. We have the Oro Ukpa Bank, the capital is in Oro. We have the Agbo state, the capital is in Agbo. We have the Lower Benue state, the capital is Ida. We have the Esan Igodomigodo state, the capital is in Esan. We have the Femei, the Afamai Igodomigodo state, the capital is in Afamai. We have the Eden Igodomigodo state, the capital is in Eden. We have the Ogbea state, the capital is in Kubo. Fellow Biafrans, today we have 40 United States of Biafra. I thank you as the executive of each state, from the state administrator down to the county level, are warming up, putting every structure in place. I want to assure you that Biafra land has been captured. From A to Z, the Biafra territory is under the palm of the Biafra government. And after this, Nigeria will know that gone are the days you will use propaganda and divide and rule to destroy the future of Biafra. My fellow Biafrans, I thank you for listening to this particular broadcast this evening. And remember, this day, Biafra has the first ever State of the Union address by my humble self, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We continue to demand the release and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also, in addition to the demand for the clarification of adding Nigeria as an Islamic state. The sit at home is also to continue to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from 15th to the 19th of December. Biafra land will be shut down, not just locked down, curfew. And every Biafran must adhere to this particular order. From here, from me, may God bless you. May God bless the Republic of Biafra, the Confederated State of Biafra, and may God bless the United States of Biafra. May God bless you. May God bless all the cabinet, and may God bless the entire Biafra land. Good night.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish, beloved homeland of our brave heroes. We must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the prize is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hell to Biafra, consecrated nation.